Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine, also known as the Psychic Mummy, part of the Eternal Circle. Today we are going to do a month spread, so we're going to take a look at each week. So 4 cards for each deck here, and so what you're going to do is to pick a deck, and then we are going to see what's ahead for you. So go ahead and pick your deck, and then we will get started. Can't say that nothing's going on very much. It's a nice sunny day. It's warm enough for me. I don't like the heat, guys. I hate the summer. Summer is not my friend. I don't like sweating. I don't like the mosquitoes. I don't like the bugs that are associated with summer that kind of like eat you. Okay? I'm not into that. Nah. Plus I burn. Do you see how white I am? Like I am white. So any sun that I get, I'm red. Like 10 to 1, like later on when I do these videos, you'll see that I'll have like a lobster face going on, like from being out in the sun. So keep in mind, summer is not my friend. Not my favorite thing. My cat is being a nut right now, so I am sorry. Life with cats and babies. What can I say? Okay, so if you haven't picked your deck by now, pause it and then pick it, because I'm going to start. Okay? So we're going to start with my Oracle deck. This one is a Fairies Oracle deck. Most of you would probably be familiar with it. The back of it. It's by Doreen Virtue. She also does an angel oracle deck as well, and a bunch of other oracle cards to boot, I think, as well. I think I just have the fairy one, to be honest. Remember correctly, my mom had the angel deck. Yeah, this one's called Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. So how I read cards. Okay guys, if you haven't been watching, you're new to this, I'm a channel. What I mean by that is spirit comes in and they talk with me, and they tell me what the card represents. Okay, I don't use a book, never have. I mean, I stopped using a book by the time I was 18, and just started trusting in spirit and what they had to say to me. So 18, 20, about there. So then I just have spirit come in and then tell me what I need to know. I just had to check and make sure that the running around was my daughter and not one of the boys. So anytime you see me like start and stop, that's because I have to go check. We had a bit of a car ride this morning, and the boys had gotten up really early, and the car ride seemingly put them for a nap early. So I'm taking advantage of that now. So if I seem to have a little start-stop, that's why. So sometimes I question the sounds that are upstairs. And that's just the cat's roughhousing up here. Pardon me. So the first week we have body movement, okay? Very important for you to get out and about, okay? Too much restriction on the inside of things, so too much restriction on the inside of your house, or inside mentally as well, okay? You're starting to feel a bit stagnated, perhaps even isolated, okay? And sometimes it doesn't mean we have to actually be like with a friend or a family member for a connection, right? All we have to be is around people, right? In order to have this kind of connection with them, to build some kind of uh, social connection, social energies that we need, right? After all, we are human. We can't really go without contact for too long because it starts to mentally wear on us. So we, as being in lockdowns and whatnot, right now is the time to break out of this habit and get out and about. Go for a walk, run, what have you. Okay. Probably get up and do some dancing, bring a little bit of joy in there. Okay. Find joy in the movement that you do. So like I said, dancing, yoga, okay, things like that, okay? It's just that doing the same things repetitively with your body over time, it just feels like a routine, and it just doesn't bring the same kind of joy or the same kind of serotonin that you need, okay? So for the first week of June, try to get out and about, or try to do something different body movement wise. The second card I have here, right, is family harmony. Pardon me. Okay. Okay, keeping connected with family members is very important right now in the second week for you. There's a lot of things that are changing and moving. A lot of new aspects are coming into light, whether that has to do with actually physically moving location, or if that has to do with even because once again, because the graduation is coming up as well. So for some of you, you'll be graduating from college or what have you. Okay. So rebuilding the bonds with your family is very, very important right now. Okay. And summertime usually brings that about too, right? Because summer is warmer, people want to get together more, okay? And trying to find the stability in the family too, right? Because not all family members are positive members or positive forces in your life, right? Like you could be going to a family reunion and be dreading it because there's a bunch of people that you just dislike, right? So trying to find the positive out of that family reunion by seeing 2 or 3 faces that you haven't seen in a long time that you connect with, okay? The third week, we're looking at the inner child, okay? So after doing the connection piece and the body movement, finding the joy, you're going to want to go inside yourself a little bit, okay? And bring out things that bring out that inner child in you. So bringing out things that spark your curiosity, like a child. Okay, so asking questions, well, how does that work? Why does it work that way? And doing the research on that. Finding some downtime for yourself to get your hands dirty, or play with Play-Doh, or paint something that brings that kind of childlike fun, that childlike laughter, right? I know for me, it's painting. It's creating things, right? It's the curiosity of how nature works. So that's really important. Is trying to find that for you for that week. Lastly, we have the miracle of healing. Okay, so it's almost as if the first 3 weeks is almost like a little bit of a recharge, a rebalance, a bit of healing work, what have you. Okay, so this one is pretty much sealing the deal. Okay, at the end of your month, so you're sealing the deal by doing all this positive work. Okay, and that positive work will come about and bring positive emotions and positive thought. Okay, a reflection piece. I get that you're the type of person that likes to kind of like take your time and reflect back on the month, or reflect back on the weeks that have occurred, or the certain memories that get triggered by music, or by certain words, sounds, images. Okay, and that is part of uniting your healing piece, right? Is that reflection piece. Okay, so you're reflecting on all this stuff that you've gone through in the last few weeks, just to realize that this was part of your healing journey. Okay, it's small, seems small, but it is a big step for you. Okay, and it's a big step in the right direction. I don't expect, big boo-hoo sob tears every time I mention healing. Sometimes healing is from a place of nurturing and comfort, and that's what our souls or our spirits or our emotions need, is just that comfort and nurture. And this is obviously what you needed, is that comfort and nurture. And they're just sealing the deal at the end of the month, saying, hey, you did some healing work, good job. Okay, and that's you coming into realization that's exactly what you did. However, there might be this feeling that there is still more to be done. Don't push yourself to keep doing more. Okay, if you keep doing more, and if you try to make that hole bigger, I think that will make you a little bit more agitated, and it will get you into like a steep slope kind of situation. Take off bits of which you can take. Okay, don't take it all in one big bite. Okay, so this healing process that you're going through, okay, it's going to come in waves, and expect it to come in waves over months. Okay, I'm not talking about like bam bam, thank you ma'am, I'm done. No, this is something that you're going to be experiencing for a little while yet, so hold on tight. Okay, so go through the healing that you need to go through, and accept it. Okay, because obviously it's something that you need to learn. It's something that will do you great benefit in the long run. Okay? Hey everybody. Sorry. Long pause. The twins woke up, so I kind of had to wait for everyone to settle down, and then wait for Daddy to come home. So anyways, I'm going to start with this one, seeing as we finished off with the first one, the Oracle card deck. So we're going to move on to this deck right here. Okay. Checking, because I have to check to make sure that no one's actually calling me. So for the first week for you guys, second week, third week, and the last week, June. Okay. Okay, so for the first week we have 7 of water. Okay. Seven of water, I'm hearing that you're trying to find some kind of stability, letting things flow naturally that they're supposed to flow. Okay, so whatever situation that or situations that you've had coming beforehand, okay, there has been a lot of control around. This week you're trying to like let loose the control a little bit and let things flow a little bit more openly, just because of the fact that you're finding that you're meeting a lot more resistance, especially from others around you. Okay, you're finding that you're meeting resistance too, especially if you're working on the spiritual path of things, which isn't very helpful for you. So you're finally letting go of that control, and you're letting things finally flow and go the way that they're supposed to naturally. Okay. The second one we have is the 5 of fire. Okay. There seems to be some sort of conflict coming up during the second week, whether or not to deal with family relationships or to deal with romantic relationship or what have you. It to me, it feels like a really strong bond that you have with this person or persons. Okay, there seems to be a lot of judgments being thrown at you, and you feel like you're constantly having to defend yourself against that. So it's almost as if you're coming to a close with this person, and you're basically you and this person or persons that you're dealing with, you're finally coming to that conclusion like, hey, no, I've had enough, I'm walking away, or vice versa. Okay, so it's unfortunate, but sometimes people come into our lives that teach us things and then they leave, and it happens. It's just one of those things, right? Whether it deals with family, friends, or relationships, right? We end up in this kind of situation where one or the other has had enough, and has had enough of trying to put one's point across, or defending oneself, or what seems to be defending oneself. Not every relationship is perfect. Of course it isn't, right? There's a lot of heaps of misunderstandings, heaps of miscommunications. All right. Whatever it is that's going on with you and these people, or this person in general, okay, I think it would be best that instead of maybe putting your last 2 cents in, which kind of feels like is something you might be doing, okay, is always adding the 2 cents at the end, all right, is maybe just stepping back instead of creating more conflict, to make this into like an open fight or an open argument. Okay, maybe some time away to cool down and to think things through rationally, and to maybe try to ground oneself, as well as try to kind of put your thoughts and emotions together before even attempting to reach out to these individuals or this person, if it's a situation that can happen. Okay, for the third week of June, we have the healing card. Okay, all right. Okay, so these two cards actually, they kind of go hand in hand. So whatever is happening with this person, I don't think that they'll be coming back anytime soon. I'm sorry to say that. Or you'll be coming back to that person, vice versa. I don't. It is what it is. Okay, so that healing's gonna have to start happening pretty quickly. And usually in any kind of relationship, the healing does start happening very quickly. Sorry about that. Phone call from hospital. So okay. So any healing that you're gonna need during that week, okay, is probably a result from this. Okay, so you're going to be putting together your own kind of care package. So getting your pieces back together after arguments and bickering, you know, trying to find your cool space, your calm space, getting back to center is really important for this third week, okay? Especially when it throws us off balance and throws our perceptions off balance of things too, emotionally and mentally, right? So the suggestion here is to take your time, okay? This healing is not going to be like anything quick for you, okay? I'm getting at least 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, it's going to be gradual. So you'll get through the most bigger parts of the healing that you need to get through during the second week. So the first week is more of the releasing. The second week will be getting through the pieces and parts and putting them back together. And the third week will be a little bit more of coasting and sealing those healing moments, okay? And for their fourth week, we have the 8 of air. Okay, Roman numerals, not my friend, okay? So, let's see. Sorry for the stomping. Kids, right? Okay, so this is where balance comes into play here, okay? Stop trying to close yourself off just because of what's happened here, okay? It's only natural that you'd want to shut down and not partake in any kind of like social gatherings or what have you, okay? But it's very, very important that you balance this, okay? So still partake in those social moments with friends and family, okay? Still keep those moments. Get outside, okay? Do some gardening, go for a walk, okay? You can't close yourself in because mentally that's going to make you more depressed and more agitated, even more anxious. So it's very important that you go and get yourself realigned, get yourself balanced, okay? Get yourself back on your feet, all right? So that makes sense when it goes hand in hand with your healing as well, right? So like I said, this week would be about kind of releasing. This week would be about getting the pieces back together, so realignment, okay, basically. And then the third week would be starting to move forward, okay? So usually that's pretty much the stages that you're going through. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have bouts here and there. Well, you're going to have like the boo-hoo fits. Of course you are, all right? That's completely normal. So don't worry about that. All right. So whatever the case is, for your fourth week, you need to be focusing on realignment. You need to be refocusing on perception too, perception of self, perception of the world around you, perception of those around you as well. Okay. So that's all I can really say. There's nothing much else coming through. Okay, You started off great. We got a little bit of an influx coming on, but at the end of things, after some of the healing and stuff, you'll be back on the horse again. You're gonna be okay. Okay, pick yourself up, brush yourself off. You'll be fine. All right. All right. And here's the last deck. Okay. Give this a shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Got myself some water while I checked up and see what was going on. So this deck I've had for a very long time. I consider it to be like my best friend. This deck I've worked with since I was 12 or 11, something like that. My goodness, so sorry. Just gotta laugh at it, you know? That's all you can do, right? Just laugh at it. Alright, spread this out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. First week for you guys. Second week. Third week. And fourth week. Okay, here we go. Pardon me, need some water here. Pardon me. So the first card we have the Enya of Air. And that's for your first week of June, okay? It's basically time to think about your thoughts, okay? Is what they're saying. So think about your thoughts, write them down, organize them, compartmentalize them. You are planning a new venture for yourself. You're planning a new couple of pathways. You've got a couple of choices ahead, okay? I think that has to do with career based by the sounds of things. Okay. Or for some of you it might be even spirit based. So it's time to compartmentalize what thoughts you are having, okay? Weigh the pros and cons of the situations or the pathways that you are going to be taking. All right? Very important to do that. Okay? Whatever you're thinking, I think that the choices will be a little bit easier for you to decide as long as you have it written down and right there in front of you to see, okay? The second week is the Enya of Ulysses, all right? Enya of Ulysses is bringing through a lot of emotional confidence in what you are deciding. Okay, she's basically bringing through that creativity that you need for those ideas and thoughts and situations. Okay, that's what you need right now, because whatever thoughts that you have, whatever ideas that you have floating through right now, okay, even in spiritual work, what have you, okay, is coming by, and she's bringing forth, or your spirit guides will be bringing forth creative ideas to help make that flow a little bit more easier for you, okay? As we get to the, oh my goodness, as we get to the third week, okay, we're going to end up with a crossroads, okay? And that means that you are going to end up having some doubts about the decision that you are going to make and what you're going to finalize, okay? The best thing is not to act on the decision right away, okay? Don't act on it right away. So don't make any hasty decisions on what you're going to be doing, okay? You've gone through making out a list of what you're going to be doing, pros and cons, all that stuff. First week. Second week, you're getting the creative flow and the juices going for what you need to do to pursue what you're going to do for this first week, okay? So now you're starting to get the motivation, the determination to go ahead and do this, okay? Third week, okay, you are at a crossroads right now. You're mentally going, I don't know if I should, I don't know if I shouldn't. Should I be looking at something else? Okay? Anxious, doubt. Okay? Don't be hasty. Okay? Take a breath, take a step back if you need to. Okay? Don't make a decision right this moment. Okay? If you are getting a say a gut reaction that is telling you don't do it, don't do it. Okay? If you're getting the okay signal from your intuition, go for it. Okay? What I'm saying to you now is that if you're having doubt and anxieties and fears, okay, step back, take a breath, ground, and find out why. Okay? The last card, okay, at the end of the month, I'm going to say, they're going to tell you is that you're going to need to have some time to nurture. So whether or not that's nurturing the ideas that you're coming into or the new path that you're going to be going down, okay, whether that has to do with your career or if that has to do with a new venture or even spirit terms or the self terms, okay, you're going to have to take some time to do some nurturing for yourself, okay? Nurture these thoughts, nurture these creativities, nurture these ideas, nurture yourself, okay? The more you nurture yourself, the more confidence you have in yourself, the more these thoughts and the ideas and the creativity flows through you more freely. So it's very important that you do that. And I think that the month afterwards will be all that much smoother for you, all right? So very, very important to do. Very important to do, okay? So, that is what they have for you in store for that month. Okay? So, after a lot of start and stop, that's what the month has hold for what I can see going on. Okay? Through those 3 decks for the different people out there. Anyways, I must be going. Okay? The kids have summoned me. The fun never stops. If you don't see me around, don't be worried. I will be back to make more videos. I will be away for a little bit for some personal reasons, personal health reasons, and I'll be back up on my feet. No worries about it. Okay? So sending all the positivity and healing that you all need. Okay? And I hope that the messages resonated with you. Take care of yourselves.